There is a new Diddy accuser. This is a man from Florida. He is suing for human trafficking after he alleges that Diddy strapped a penis to his face and made him parade around.
Stop.
Why did you clap?
Because I ain't heard a good one in a minute, but I don't believe that. But continue.
Take a listen.
I ain't heard a good Diddy story in a minute.
He said what? He strapped what?
He said that he alleges that Diddy strapped a penis to his face and made him parade around a party. And he says that in this party, Jay-Z, Beyoncé, LeBron, and Gloria Estefan saw him in rare form because of this. Now,
was it Halloween?
No, it was actually, he claims it was a 17th birthday party that Diddy threw for his son Christian, but there's some issues with the timeline and the description of the party, but we'll get to that. Now, I want to point out that Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, Gloria Estefan, and they mentioned Jacob the Jeweler in the lawsuit as well, but they're not being sued. They're just a part of the story setup, right? So this man says that this took place in April 2015 during a B-Day party for a Christian. He says that he was drugged. He alleges he was drugged and taken to Star Island in Miami for the big party. When he got there first, he stopped at Gloria Estefan's house because there's a couple stops along the road. And when he got there, he got to this mansion. He then saw LeBron walking in a hallway in a bath towel. And he claims that LeBron looked at him and said, y'all better do something about that, because the man says that he was drugged and he was just so out of order that he looked crazy. And then the guy says he claims that he was taken to a secret tunnel in Diddy's mansion on Star Island. And at that time, he started regaining consciousness. And he looks up and he notices that Jay-Z and Beyonce are there. And he alleges that Beyonce saw him
performing?
and said, no,
they were performing, or they was
in the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they saw him with the penis on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes, and then he alleges that Beyonce saw him and said, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is there a half-naked man? Why is there a half-naked white man with a," I could say the C word, right? For cock?
No.
Nope.
Penis.
Sorry.
That's right, Lauren. Go rogue.
No. Oh my God. Why is there a half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me? That's what, according to him, Beyonce said.
Well, that's how she would have known if she'd been to a Diddy party before. That was her first time at a Diddy party? Yeah, you know.
Shut up, man. Go ahead.
Now, again, remember, this is the second stop. So after this, now he's in the Diddy's mansion, and allegedly he's being paraded around with this penis mask. And he says that he was taunted and humiliated. He says that he was then stripped naked and they put him in a small thong bikini bottom and a black leather mask with a rubber dam forcibly inserted and zipped closed over his head. He was made to wear that as well. It sounds like some sort of sex toy. And then he says that there was a locking sex device that was put on the mask that protruded from his mouth. Y'all know, y'all got
so
that
he
visual?
So he was awake by this time, right?
Yeah,
he just couldn't take it off.
Yeah, he said that he was still kind of out of it, but he had begun to regain consciousness from whatever it was that he was given, allegedly drugged by. So then he says that he was then degraded and he was made to do non-consensual sexual acts. Now, here's the issue with this. So the 17th birthday party, April 2015, did happen for Christian Combs, who was Diddy's son. But the way that this man describes this party, because he said it was a freak-off, this isn't consistent with the way that the freak-offs are described in all of the federal indictments. Also, too, he mentions that he saw Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z was publicly in New York on April 1st, 2015. He was at a title speaking event.
Crazy.
You needed to go look it up.
I had to look up a penis mask.
I
don't think you had to go look that
up.
Wow. Emmy, that's not the internet. That's your phone album, your photo album.
That is perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. All of these civil cases are going to be the reason Diddy walks on his criminal case. Because none of these civil cases sound believable anymore.
Not at all.
And folks are starting to get Diddy's story fatigue. And when you hear so many unbelievable sounding stories, you start to question everything.
Yep.
So it's going to be very, very tough to find, jurors who aren't biased in some way, shape, or form.
But not only that, what lawyer is taking it without doing their due diligence? Like the fact that, it was easy to find out that Jay wasn't even there and was in New York during that time. That means these attorneys are not doing their due diligence and taking these cases. And like you said, that's going to be the reason why people don't believe what's really going on. If something is going on. Now,
a spokesperson for LeBron told TMZ, because they broke the story, that this is false and that he doesn't even merit a report. This doesn't even merit a report or response. A basic internet search shows that what LeBron was doing on April of 2015, he was playing basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers and was never in Miami.
See? Wow.
Now,
nobody does due diligence?
And they got him walking down the hallway with a bath towel.
Yes.
Talking about what's going on here. Y'all need to do something about that.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. And then Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, he doubled down on what TMZ was able to easily piece together from Google. He said Mr. Carter wasn't in Florida at the time to witness this incident. He was engaged in easily findable public activities that prove that he was not at this event. This is more nonsense that just erodes the trust in our justice system. And Gloria Estefan, her rep, says that, Gloria strongly denies the allegations. The property in question was never a home where Gloria even resided, but it was rather a house they owned for family use. There were no parties thrown at the property between 2012 and 2019. We have all necessary documentation to support these facts and will provide it in court.
That's why, in a way, they need to make it to where civil cases can't be filed until after the criminal case is complete, because it muddies the waters. Because like I said earlier, what I'm saying, these civil cases, don't sound believable anymore, so it makes you question everything, including the criminal case.
And that's some good drugs. If you can wake up and think you see LeBron, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And you thought you had a penis on your face?
What?
Hey,
that's some drugs.
Hey, now.
I'll take it a step further. I think these attorneys should be able to get some type of charges put on them.
Yeah.
The fact that they're not doing due diligence and you ruin somebody's name, or you could muddy somebody's name, muddy somebody's deal.
No penalty.
And there's no penalties, nothing.
Yep.
They messing it up for the criminal attorneys.
100%. Well, we talked about this, or I said I be talking to myself. I talked about this on the latest with Lauren LaRosa, the podcast. I actually do.
Okay.
And
You talk over yourself?
I mean, yeah, because too many thoughts at one time.
At one time, and y'all trying to come out.
But on the podcast, I was saying how on Diddy's side for the criminal situation, even though there's that video still, right? This, if I'm a juror and I keep seeing all these crazy accusations and things being thrown out, maybe I start to be like, hold up, wait a minute.
And that video is being thrown out, right? They can't use that video.
They were going back and forth trying to figure it out, but the issue was that they said that they didn't have the original video, but then remember prosecutors came out and said, no, we do have a recording of the original video.
If you're a juror to that point, that's what I've been saying the whole time. If you see all of these different cases get thrown out and all of this stuff start to sound unbelievable, then when you sitting there like, well, why should I believe any of this in the criminal trial?
Yeah. I'm just saying about how crazy I probably sound to my videographer interrupting myself.
You sound crazy to us.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Lauren. Now, when we come back, we have front page news. And the NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Check out video of the full show on Tubi. Free. Classic interviews and more on Tubi every day, all day long, all for free. Just search Breakfast Club and grab your popcorn.